everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Denise House, and I will be moderating today's training. And with me today is Jan Bridges, who is our Senior Coordinator in the on the travel team. She will be presenting today's training. I have just a few housekeeping items before we get started with this session. First of all, this session is being recorded, and we will advise you where to find it and the slide deck later in the presentation. During the presentation, please feel free to submit questions to the Q&A box located in the lower right side of the screen, and remember to submit to all panelists. If you're having any technical issues, please submit them in the Q&A box as well. And those are my housekeeping notes, so we'll go ahead and let Jan take it away.
Well, thank you, Denise. And welcome, everyone, to the second presentation in a series of meeting and travel informational webinars. As we develop out the curriculum, we will be posting them in the Meetings and Travel section on Society Source, so be on the lookout. Travel 101 is the second in the series, and the main objective is to provide staff a preliminary guide to not only how to establish a travel profile, but in the case of today's lessons, how to update that profile once you have it established. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I'd like to introduce the Nationwide Travel team. Terry Clay is our Vice President of Meetings and Travel Management. Denise House, who you just heard speak, is the Director of Nationwide Travel Management. Simke Gopaldus is our Operations Manager, and then myself, Jan Bridges, I'm the Senior Coordinator, and we want you to feel free to contact a member of the team at any time. This training today will provide an overview of how to access and update the Society's online travel booking tool. It's first important to understand that this lesson is not what will grant you access to the travel booking tool. Staff must complete the Nationwide Volunteer and Staff Travel and Expense tutorial, which is assigned by your manager in order to actually establish a profile. But what we're going to learn today is how to access that travel profile once it's been established for you, and then how to verify your personal information and verify that that information is both accurate and current. But let's just kind of do a little quick review on how to establish a travel profile. If a newly onboarded staff or existing staff member's job function involves travel, it is the manager's responsibility to assign them the travel tutorial, which will then establish the travel profile. Once you've completed the training, it takes about 48 hours from the time the tutorial is completed to actually secure a travel profile. So to avoid delay in staff booking their own travel or having to arrange travel for other staff, managers should be sure to plan ahead and identify early on which staff needs a travel profile and then assign them the travel tutorial. Both managers and staff should refer to the detailed instructions available in the iTravel section in the Meetings and Travel Management tab on Society Source. Managers may also refer to the Manager's Resources page on Society Source. And again, we're just going to hound this into you. It's important to note that this presentation, Travel 102, does not replace the official travel tutorial called Nationwide Volunteer and Staff Travel and Expense Overview, which is a requirement for staff whose job function involves travel. Okay, so you've done that. You took the course. Everyone did the right thing. So now we're going to talk about how to access the online travel tool. You're going to open up Society Source, and there's two ways to get to our iTravel section. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see the actual Society Source homepage, And on this page, if you click the Employee Services tab, it will drop down a menu, and at the very bottom, you're going to see the Meetings and Travel Management section. And then a secondary menu opens when you hover over it that'll say iTravel. Click on that, and that'll take you to the iTravel section. Additionally, on the Society Source homepage, if you go to the very far right, you're going to see the Quick Links tab. And if you click on that, a big menu drops down, and under the section entitled You Might Also Like, you'll find a link to iTravel, which again will take you to our section for all things travel. All right, so we're there. There we are with our little lady getting ready to fly. I don't know who flies in high heels these days, not me. But at any rate, under this page, there's two locations that will actually get you into the booking tool itself. Under the Your Travel Needs, Important Links section, you'll see Online Booking Tool, Concur Travel. If you click on that, that will open up Concur, which is the online travel booking tool. Another location on this same page is you would scroll down, and under Travel Resources, you'll see the Book Travel column. And the first link there is Online Booking Tool, Concur Travel. This is how another path to get to the actual tool. And then just while we're here, I'll just let you know, you'll also see under this Book Travel tab, Establish Travel Profile for Staff. That'll have your detailed information on how to establish the profile that we're now updating. Okay, so let's change screens here. So when you open up the tool, you're going to see this screen, Concur Travel. And you're going to use your email address, your cancer.org email address is your username. That's a standard for everyone. You will need to log in, and if you have forgotten your password, or if this is your first time to actually access the tool, you can click on either the Forgot Your Username or Forgot Your Password link, which will generate an email to you that will allow you to create that password or reset that password as you need. Keep in mind, passwords are actually case sensitive. Your username is not case sensitive. Now take a good look at this screen, because if you open up to another screen that might say ACS Connects, because you've saved a link, if you're already a user, you want to be sure and get rid of that, because that is an old interface to the tool. What you want to see is exactly what you're looking at right now with the Concur and then the login, because that is the current. So you can always go back to iTravel and then open up the link and save this as a favorite if you would like to. Now, once you have opened up and you're logged in, that's after adding your credentials, your tool's going to open up. And the first thing you must do before anything is update that travel profile. So if you look across the menu bar over to the right, you'll see the word Profile. You'll need to click the down arrow next to the word Profile, and a drop-down box opens up. Click on the Profile Settings link, as this will direct you to the Profile Options page. And again, we're just going to say this a million times, you must update this before you start booking. Now, on the Updating Your Travel Profile page, you're going to want to, of course, click, first of all, to the Personal Information, which takes you actually to your profile, and you'll start from there. But we also wanted to let you know that on this same page is a Change Password link. So let's say at some time in the future you need to change your password. This is the page you'll come to if you have not done so already before you actually log into the tool. All right. Before updating your travel profile, it's very, very, very important that you read the important note information from top to bottom. Don't start filling out information until you've read this information. It's very important. By doing so, you will properly update your profile and then save yourself some time when booking reservations. Not following all of the instructions will result in error messages, which may delay access to the tool and ultimately the booking process, which can result in higher airfares, limited seat selection, and possibly sold-out flights. So you want to get that profile completely updated by following all the instructions, right, before you start trying to book travel. Now, when you go into this section, it's going to direct you to the ADP portal, which is the Active Directory portal. There's information there that needs to be updated because there's synchronization that occurs. And then if you don't do this, that ADP portal synchronization is going to override information that you entered manually. So it takes about 24 hours for these changes to take effect. When updating your travel profile, you must do the following. You must complete all fields marked required. Air and rail travel are paid for by either the ACS CAN, or Puerto Rico, and do not require you to use a purchasing card or personal card for air or rail travel. Now, in order to secure a hotel reservation, you will need to add a purchasing card or personal credit card to your profile. Now, although the travel profile section at Concur does not require you to complete the emergency contact information section, we strongly encourage you to do so. Now, in order to save the information to your travel profile, you must click one of the Save buttons before exiting the profile section. If you don't hit Save, nothing saves. And that's pretty straightforward of what you need to do in terms of updating that travel profile. Once it's done, you're ready to rock and roll and book your travel. So let's talk about where can you find travel resources. They can be found on the iTravel section on Society Source. And again, when you access Society Source, you just look for that blue tab that says Employee Services. Again, if you scroll down, you'll see Meetings and Travel Management, which has a sub-menu to iTravel. And you can also find that information, again, under Quick Links. So you should be able to find us pretty easily since we have a couple of pathways to get you there. Now, in terms of our latest news and contact information and how do you stay connected on all of the latest and relevant updates, well, we want you to join the Yammer iTravel group. We don't bombard you with a bunch of information. It's going to be important information, weather updates, process updates. That sort of information will be found in the iTravel group. So really, join it. Don't even consider it. Just do it, because we'll keep you abreast. We also have a way of submitting tickets to us so we can help you, and this is how we want you to reach out to us. This is your best way to get in touch with the travel team. Go to helpme.cancer.org. You will submit your travel questions using the iTravel request form. It's on the left-hand side, so be sure and use that form because it takes your ticket directly to our business unit. It bypasses the regular help desk. We realize that travel is often time-sensitive, so by following these steps, you're going to get to someone much quicker than going through the regular support ticket process. Just think iTravel, request form, and then you're going to be able to get to us very quickly. And, of course, the iTravel section on Society Source is where you're going to find all things travel. We've got information on cars, hotels, just about anything that you may need to know, in addition to how to contact us. All right, now we have another course that will follow after this, and it's going to be just a very simple how to book a reservation that includes air, car, and hotel. And then we have upcoming courses as well. We're going to have a course on how to book box trucks and cargo vans. That will follow our Travel 103. We're going to talk about how to book off-airport car rentals, how to book one-way car rentals, how to book a multi-segment airline reservation, and there's more to come. So be sure and stay tuned. Now we have our questions and answer section, and I think we may have some questions here, Denise, if you could read them to us.
Okay. I think I have a couple of questions that's come in. Let's see here. What do I do if my name on my airline frequent flyer membership is under a different name?
Well, first of all, don't add it to your profile. You want to always be certain and go to the airline website, and almost all of them, I don't know of many of them, who don't have a section where you can update that information either directly online or they give instructions on how to do so if you have to do it offline. In the interim, we recommend, and actually I recommend this in general, always save your boarding pass. Because if you come back and you look at your account and your mileage has not been updated, you can provide that boarding pass to the carrier and they will update your mileage. So just be sure and don't update it if your name doesn't match. Get that corrected with the airlines, save your boarding pass, and then once you have everything updated, you can come back into the Concur tool and add that information.
Okay, thank you. And the other question, I don't have a credit card. I only have a debit card. Can I add the debit card to my profile to secure hotels and car rentals?
Yes, you can. However, we sort of tell you to do this with some caution. If you, particularly with hotel, well, actually, particularly with car rentals more so, and hotels in some cases, what they're going to do is they're going to look at your card and see at the debit card, and they're going to charge the same amount of money and sometimes more than what your rental period would cost. So what that can do is, let's say you've got $350 for your rental car, they're going to hold back $350 to $400. They're just going to charge it like it's already been paid. So that money is being held up. So you need to be sure to have enough money in your account to cover expenses minus whatever the rental fee might be, because otherwise you might go somewhere and your card will get declined. Now, the other thing about that is that when you go back to the car company or hotel, then they'll adjust it to show the right amount. However, that amount that they've held, to release that is really up to the financial institution. Some are very quick. I'm fortunate. I have that situation. My credit union, they will just deposit that money right back, no worries. I've never had a problem. But you need to talk with your financial company, because they may hold the money for more days than like 48 hours, 72 hours. So you just want to be cautious with a debit card, but they are permitted.
Okay, thank you, Jan. I don't see any more questions at this time. I'll give it a few more seconds, but I don't have any questions anymore right now. So first of all, just to piggyback on a couple of things that Jan mentioned earlier about the upcoming curriculum, we are in the process of developing multiple ones. And some of the feedback that you all have provided from your surveys, which are very important, that's how we're getting some of the material. Some of it we already know just from a support standpoint. We get a lot of support questions that addresses a lot of the things that are in the curriculum, but we will be pushing those out over the next few weeks. So I thank you for allowing us to share this with you all, just so that you'll know that you can use this as a resource for people that you may come in contact with that are traveling. So it looks like that's all for the questions today. So I want to thank you very much for your time and for your participation. This has been great information. As we end today, we would like to ask you to please complete the survey questions that will pop up when you close out of the meeting. As mentioned earlier today, in today's session, this call has been recorded, and we'll post it on the iTravel community in Meetings and Travel Management on Society Source, along with a separate posting of just the slide deck. So if you didn't get, if you have a question that you didn't get a chance to ask, or if you think of something later, you know, we can reach out to us, and we'll reach back to you directly. And I just want to say thanks, everyone, for joining the training today, and have a great rest of the day and week. Thank you.